Welcome, lost wanderer, to the theatre of the apocalypse players, a place where your ears may delight or deceive you. Such is the craft of the thespians who move forever to and fro in the shadow play of your mind. Come with us through tales of simple mystery, of broken egos, of petards hoisted higher than you can imagine to the point of horrid revelation. Are you sitting comfortably? No matter. It's already too late. The end is nigh. We are a brand new weekly actual play RPG podcast, interested in character-driven stories, finding old gems, making new material, and daring to attempt strange experiments with the form. We primarily play Call of Cthulhu, but often dip our collective toes, hooves, and tentacles into other role-playing games, especially horror. Stand by for a sneak peek of our first season, featuring us, Dominic Allen, Joseph Chance, Danann McAleer, and Dan Wheeler. Together, we are the Apocalypse Players. We already have exciting guests lined up for our subsequent seasons, but first up is a reanimated classic of Call of Cthulhu from the Mansions of Madness collection, the Cracked and Crook'd Manse, where a missing persons case turns out to be more than the investigators can chew.
Gamwell millionaire absent. Gamwell's most prosperous son, Arthur Conthwaite, will not be seen at church over the next few weeks. Mr. Conthwaite has apparently left the area for a time, possibly for a vacation, or in relation to his studies. Some mystery surrounds Mr. Conthwaite's departure, as it came without notice. However, an inspection of his mansion and grounds by Sheriff Whitford has revealed no cause for alarm. The last person to speak to Mr. Conthwaite was his attorney, Mr. Walter Dodge, on the 7th of this month.
Mr. Dodge, there's no need for the police. I couldn't help but overhear as we came in. Why, Mr. Palmer, the good Dr. Bergman, and myself will readily be your first form of investigation before such drastic needs.
Are you really paying us $200 each, plus $100 bonus to go and find out whether he is in his house, dead or alive? This seems unlikely to me.
Yes. Well, I mean, if he's dead, we'll need proof. And if he's not in his house, we'd like to know where he is. So it's not a case of knocking on the door. Obviously, any idiot could do that.
Well, but you did not.
Well, no, because we had reasons.
So any idiot could knock on the door, but you are sub-idiot and therefore could not?
We're the people who have just agreed to pay you nearly $300 each. He's in your face now. You feel the breath on you. And can you give me a sanity roll?
That's a fail on my sanity.
You lose a point of sanity, your muscles spasm, and you fire.
Following on from that, and as part of our efforts to dig out those lesser played or forgotten relics, we have exhumed the fiendishly named Machine Tractor Station Kharkov 37, a Call of Cthulhu scenario cooked up by Brett Kramer. A bleak attritional psychodrama set in Stalinist Russia, MTSK 37, as it will henceforth be known, turns a mundane mission to fix some telegraph wires into a paranoid battle of wills.
You remember the calendar that we saw? It was February, yes? My God, they were here for months.
If what we need to reconnect the telegraphs will take 3 to 6 weeks, we leave now to maintain the strength of our men. We get back to safety and then...
What do you mean, get back to safety?
Well, we're agreed that there may be some danger here. Look at what happened, as the doctor said, as you yourself said, Trepanov, the possibility of radiation, as the doctor said, a possibility of gas. Clearly there was insanity here, there's certainly been death, there are burned bodies over there, we have seen mutation in the animals.
Yes. So we have a duty to find out the root cause, to prevent it happening again.
I can't remember, did I share my revelation with everyone?
I don't think you did.
Because it would sound insane.
Because maybe it is insane.
Well, I know I'm not insane because it would say it on the sheet if I was.
I wouldn't count on it.
I know the rules.
Captain Trepanov is a very loyal servant to the Telegraph Union. He really cares about people's ability to communicate, so it will be a pain to him if he has to strangle you. I want to make sure that the telegraphs are working. But I feel like there are elements that are working actively against me.
The only element that is working actively against you is the fact you have not told us what you know.
And in time for the holiday season, what could be better than to settle down by the fireside, mulled wine and mince pie at hand, and enjoy a wholly original scenario in the style of a traditional M.R. James ghost story. In A Christmas Inheritance, our Jamesian protagonists find out that in the wilds of the English countryside, the people hold memories of a much older Yuletide tradition, and that stranger things than Santa Claus climb down the chimney at night.
There are no lights on inside the house, but you suddenly see a sort of dancing light over to the north wing, bouncing around just outside and then sort of hurrying towards you. As it pulls closer, you see it's a sort of quite old, wiry-looking man with a hood up, and he sort of comes over. He seems very surprised to see you, and he says, "Oh, hello, you must be Mr. Caister."
Why don't I come out there with you, old chap? Is there room for two?
Just before Caister leaves the carriage, I grab him by the arm and go, "You know, I could put him under my spell and find the truth."
I grab him by the other arm and say, "For God's sake, don't leave me alone with Wagner."
You remember you're here, you're with Samuel. What was the last thing you remember?
We was just playing. I knows we're not meant to be up here by the hall, but we was up here, and the game moved up here, and the gates was open.
And what was the game, boy? What was the game?
Your eyes attune. You adjust your spectacles, perhaps, and you see this brazier. And it's definitely a brazier, it's definitely flame, and it's illuminating. You can just see the outline behind this brazier of what looks to be a sort of Greco-Roman temple.
To keep abreast of all this and more from the Apocalypse Players, be sure to click subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Google. We will be lurking wherever you find your favourite podcasts. Please do give us a follow on Twitter at APOCPlayers and visit our website at www.apocalypseplayers.com. Acolytes of the arcane social media outlets may also be able to hunt us down on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for listening. We look forward to being in your head again very soon.